Hello. I did not see you there. But anyway, welcome. This is Sean Cherry. That's me, by the way. Yeah, it's me. And I am from your period 4 class, and when I put this in, it will be September 12th. This is part 4. Take 4. But anyway, we're going to be talking about the seasons, the moon phases, and the eclipses. So, the seasons are when the weather changes, and we see changes on our Earth. Well, mostly with life. During the winter, animals fall asleep. During the fall, the leaves start falling from the trees. During the spring, it's raining a lot, and during the summer, it's really hot. I don't like that summer. Anyway, the seasons are created by the distance between the Earth and the Sun. Clearly. Yeah, that's wrong. In fact, no, that's not how things work. But he is right. Yeah, no, it's actually because of the tilt of the Earth. It's because the tilt of the Earth is bringing us closer to the Sun. Which means, well, here's a picture to show you what I mean. Basically, the Earth is tilted towards the Sun, and the bottom is more exposed than the top. The bottom is more exposed to the heat waves of the Sun. Which means that at the bottom, it's going to have its summertime, and on the top, it's going to have its wintertime because it's not getting as much sun as from the bottom. It is the exact opposite, well, nearly the exact opposite, when the summer's on the north of the equator. What you just saw, by the way, was actually Phoenix Wright's objection. It's from a video game. Pretty awesome. Let's see. Alright, moon phases. Where did oh god. Excuse me. I'm just, oh man. My text disappeared. Anyway, that's alright. So clearly what I see right over here is a waning, waxing gibbous, right? Yeah, totally. No, not necessarily. That's actually a waning gibbous, not a waxing gibbous. Waxing is when the light starts to take over the moon. I say take over, but that's how I remember it. Basically, moon phases are is the sun's reflection to the moon. But because the sun is the moon is in many different places, it's reflected differently overnight. Now, it doesn't do this overnight, but it changes overnight. And this happens for about a month. Pretty cool. In fact, I find this really interesting. Anyway, I call it taking over the moon, because, the dark is evil, the white's good. Or the bright is good. So the new moon, evil settles in the land. Waxing crescent. We call it the waxing because the good waxes? Sure, why not? The good waxes. So whenever the good is taking over the moon, we call it waxing. When we first get to our first half of the moon, we call it the first quarter. That's because through here it's a quarter, and then through here's a quarter, then through here's a quarter, or something like that. But anyway, that's not the point. Basically, oh man, this video's not doing well. But anyway, and over time, because of the moon changing places, we see these different phases in the moon. Now, when the evil starts to take over the moon, we call it waning because it's sad and depressing. And then it turns into a new moon again. But then the cycle happens again. So all in all, the cycle happens over and over and over again. Because it can, by the way. Anyway, here are eclipses. Eclipses are, well, eclipses. No, that's not a good description. But there are many types of eclipses. But here are two. The solar eclipse is when the moon is in front of the Earth and the sun is shining on the moon, which means that the moon is blocking some of the light to the Earth. These are rare compared to a lunar, because the moon is not that big, quite frankly. And even if it does happen, you have to be in a specific place on Earth to see it, because the moon doesn't cover up that much of the sun. Now, a lunar eclipse is nearly the exact opposite. The Earth blocks out the sun, and then it shows up on the moon. No, wait. Yeah, the sun produces its light, the Earth blocks out that light. And because Earth is a lot bigger than the moon, the whole moon is covered up in pure darkness. And this one is a lot more common, and you can see it from a bigger distance than a solar. Because look at that little space over there. Now compare that to the whole half of the other side. This is the end here. Smiley face. Do you suggest anything? Put it on YouTube comments, and I may look at it. You'll never know. It's my perfect plan.